Okay. Yeah, yeah. Little trash stash. Man, what shaking? This is Matty Crypto. Man, has this been a crazy couple of weeks in the crypto world? I want to say hi to everybody. It's been a while since I made some content and some live streams, but this is important. As I'm going to say later in the stream, it's really imperative that people make content, YouTube creators, especially hex people, pulse chain, things that I believe in. It's important that we create content through bear markets. I'll touch on that, like I said, in the future. But it's just on my mind a lot because when engagement is down across social media, it's really easy to get that stuff down when crypto is crashing and there's fear and people are freaking out and there's bad press and stuff. But thank you guys for being here. This means a lot to me. I love doing live streams because one, it's really easy. You haven't got to download a bunch of content and create stuff and then upload to YouTube and hope it gets out right and edit. This is just, it's freestyle. You get to go live, talk to people, engage in people real time. And I love giving away HEX. This is my favorite cryptocurrency. Started at the end of December 2019. It has been the biggest blessing, the biggest burst of fresh air in my life, and my family's life, and my friends' life. And it's really important to share with people things that actually work. And that's why I wanted to talk about HEX tonight. I wanted to go over, obviously, the crypto crash. I wanted to touch on Richard Hart is right about a lot of stuff. People that hate on HEX, I feel like they truly don't understand it. And also, it's really important, as I said, for content creators to step up in these bear markets. It's really easy to create content when things are blowing off tops and euphoria is all around us. But every crypto booms, and every crypto inevitably takes these little slides and they dip, and it's really scary. And when you get lots of views, people are talking. There's happiness everywhere. But as soon as there's these big pullbacks, full on bear markets like we're in right now, I noticed that the content goes way down. The engagement on Twitter and YouTube and videos, it just plummets. So I wanted to help and do my part by making brand new content, by making live streams like this so that people can get excited right now in the moment live, and also feel there is hope because we've been here before. Those of you that's been through crypto markets, bull markets and bear markets, dude, these bears suck. They suck to go through. They're painful. They're scary. There's so much fear. And the market and media and everywhere you look on social, people, they always act like crypto is going away. It's important to know that it's not. There are a lot of cryptos that will go away. Actually, most of them will go away. Most of them are going to suck, and most of them are going to rug pull and bleed you dry, and they're worthless. They're useless to get into. But the things that had that legacy feel to it, there's only a handful of them. Obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum, these guys are going to be around for a long time. Big players, and it gets a lot of eyeballs on it. But what I'm passionate about, and the community that I kind of hang around with, is HEX and Pulse Chain that's going to be coming up. A layer 1 Pulse token on a brand new blockchain called Pulse Chain that's coming up. So let's get into this. First, I want to say hi to the chat. Let's build some momentum before I jump into this. This is going to be a fairly short stream. I want to keep it under 30 minutes because I want engagement to be quick, and I want it to be a powerful thing that you can share with people, that you haven't got to sit around for an hour or 2 hours just kind of chewing the rag with people. I actually love long form conversations like that. There's a lot of hexagons that do that, and it's great. I watch them every day. But sometimes it's also powerful to have quick sound bites and short videos that, like I said, people can share. And Hex giveaways, I think, get a lot of eyeballs on this. And I want people who don't understand Hex, or maybe not own Hex, or even a MetaMask wallet, I like the idea of their first cryptocurrency to be Hex, to be something that really is real, something to be true DeFi. So if your first cryptocurrency happens to be Hex and it's given away for free, it's very easy for you to get that. So someone tonight is going to win 1,000 Hex, and probably more than that. I'll explain that in just a second, how I got that 1,000 number. But hopefully, if you're an OG, if you've got Hex, if you don't have Hex, if you're new, if you're old, someone's getting over 1,000 Hex tonight. And at Hex at 3 or 4 cents doesn't feel like a lot. It's not going to seem like a lot. But when you consider HEX's all-time highs were around 50 cent, that was not even a year ago. And me personally, this is obviously not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a short bus, just talking about crypto stuff, things that I love and enjoy. But I really believe that HEX has not seen its all-time high yet. We're going to go into this cycle. We're going to see another all-time high. We're probably going to shoot to $1 in the next couple of years. So I'm excited. And that's a conservative number for me. I think $1 HEX is very conservative over the long term. And you got to hold your crypto long term. You can't have these pump and dumps. You can't go into crypto, grabbing crypto at a certain price and then having an exit target price of 100% of your bag. If that crypto is something that's real, Bitcoin, Ethereum, HEX, just to name a few. All right, let me jump over here, get rid of some notes, and over here to the chat just to see what's happening. Love to see some people, obviously, people that I'm familiar with getting in here. I love these names. Valiant Brand, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. First one in. I feel like he's everywhere. Valiant Brand, just for years, has been in people's comment sections on their videos and Twitter. He's just a really quality guy. Finn Bear said he's trying to stay awake. Where are you, Finn Bear? What part of the country are you, my friend? Hopefully you stay awake. It is about 8 p.m. On the East Coast in the U.S. I'm not sure where I am, but I like to go East Coast time, a little New York time. My life is awesome. Good to see you, man. I haven't seen your content in a long time. Hope you're doing well. Fan Nguyen, cheers. I'm here for the 1K HEX. That's okay. Even if you're here for the HEX giveaway, that's okay. If you never heard of my channel before and you just want to be here to get some free HEX, I am totally fine with that, because if you see this video and you learn about HEX and Pulse Chain and Richard Hart products, and then that introduces you to this side of crypto, the good stuff, then that's a win-win for me. Sup? How you doing, brother? Johnny Rocket, what's happening? Good to see you, my friend. He is my right-hand man. Sandy Beach, how you doing? He's in Finland. Okay. That's Finn Bear. Finn Bear. Wow. Sorry. All right, just got that. All right, so what are we talking about here? I want to go over, I guess, the last couple of weeks, honestly, in crypto. And obviously, before I do the giveaway, I want to have a chance for people to kind of get into the chat, get on the stream, because obviously it's a live stream and I want to give away crypto live. So I want to have a chance before we do the giveaway. It'll be anytime in the, I'm not going to tell you when it's going to happen. It could be in the middle. It could be the very end when I do the giveaway, because I don't want people to miss it. So I want to give people a little chance to get in here and get some eyes and some numbers up. So, I mean, obviously, as many of you guys know, the last couple of weeks have just freaking sucked. Crypto has been in an epic crash, and it's not unheard of, because this is what crypto does. Bitcoin, it often drops 70% or more from its all-time highs. And it's funny because that happens every 2 to 4 years. And when that happens, many of the altcoins, they basically just do the same thing. And when you feel stressed about this, you just know it's basically part of the game. This happens all the time. And if you hold quality products like I'm talking about, then, and also holding those quality things, and if you're willing to hold long term, then you basically are going to win. HEX, Bitcoin, Ethereum, these things are really scary. And when they dip like this, 70, 80, 90%, all the feeling inside of you wants to sell, wants to get out before it goes to zero. But again, not financial advice. If you're in good stuff, holding for the long term is really, really important. You almost always coming on top. And when it gets to that shiny side again, we start going to these bull markets, you're going to thank yourself for not selling your duckies. So what have we learned from the opportunities? Just like this, these dips are basically opportunities. And I'm really trying to see them as that, opportunities. I want to learn, basically learn from these dips. I want to embrace them. I want to embrace the pain. And like I said, I know this is hard, because when this happens, the whole world yells, scam, scam, crypto's dead. And I look at that and I think, I've been here numerous times in these markets where these bears and bulls and bears and bulls, and it happens. And this is not the end of crypto. Every time this happens, we go on to make new all-time highs. And those who are fortunate enough and prepared to have some dry powder just waiting, the extra funds that you have in, other cryptos or stable coins, that is a time when true people are made in this crypto world. Because if you hold stable or you hold cryptocurrencies that have appreciated and you got some profit, now is the time for you to buy these crypto dips. Many, many people, myself included, have missed these times over and over again, because as crypto has these bear markets, I've already spent my crypto. I've already spent the allotted amount that I had to spend. I'm not going to spend, obviously more than I can afford to lose. So you have this powder waiting, and you buy crypto that you like, HEX and Bitcoin, all along the way at your price points. But then inevitably, I always feel like these bear markets, I don't have the dry powder that I wanted to. But if I did, imagine having a few $1,000s now when HEX is at 3 cents, when I thought HEX was a bargain at 12 cents and 20 and 40. And we hit all-time highs back in September of almost 50 cents. So now when you're looking at 3 cent HEX and you want to fill your bag up, it's often really hard and you can't. So I know it's a bummer, but for those of you that play the game correctly and you do have dry powder right now to buy, then good for you, man. So this brings me to my favorite crypto. Obviously, it's HEX. And as the markets have tanked, honestly, so did HEX. It went from just a month or so ago. We're in the 20 cent range, and now it's down to 3 cent, 90% off its all-time high. Like I said, at 50 cent, and that was 10 months ago. But think about this. Keep in mind that what you're looking for in a bear market is to grab HEX when it is like this right now, when it's at 3 cent. And if you see Bitcoin, remember when Bitcoin was at 20K back at, I think it was the end of 2018, early 19, Bitcoin hit its peak of like 20K. People were freaking out. And if you could buy Bitcoin at 20K, that was a really good deal. It might have been a good deal, but 20K to 100K in BTC is only a 5X. A 5X in HEX goes from 3 cent to 15 cent HEX. So what do you think is more likely to happen? Bitcoin going from 20K to 100K in that 5X? Or do you think it's more likely that HEX goes from 3 or 4 cent to 15 cent? So my money is on HEX doing that 5X much quicker and easier than Bitcoin is going to jump to 100K. So that's the analogy I give people who are new to HEX, who want to learn about HEX and understand it. If you are being told that Bitcoin, and you have a couple $1,000s to get into Bitcoin, you can buy some BTC, but the chances of that doing a 5X, to me, are much lower than HEX doing a 5X, because a 15 cent HEX to me is almost, come on, it's almost inevitable. And today, as crypto keeps slipping, HEX is pumping. I was looking on Nomics just a few minutes ago. We were up 15%. 15% during the time I'm making this video. And HEX has been trending on Twitter. But numerous times today, I've seen HEX trended on Twitter. The engagement is way, way up. I've seen thousands of tweets. And a couple of really big Twitter accounts were asking some good quality questions about HEX, about Richard Hart, and it feels great to see this. And in my opinion, this is not going to slow down, especially once things begin to recover and you've got Pulse Chain coming out. You've got the engagement up right now. Bigger YouTube followers, bigger Twitter followers are actually asking legit questions. They're not looking at it going, oh, I heard about this scam, I'm not going to touch this. They're looking at it. They're saying, what is this HEX? What's this trending HEX I'm looking at? And they see Richard Hart, what he's doing right now, and the hype around this. It's refreshing for people to look at this, not as a scam, but to look at it as, what is HEX? I want to learn more. I think that's really cool. Let me jump to the chat again. Say hi to some more people. Bearded Saint, how you doing, my friend? Sweaty Edits. Okay, that's a great name, actually, Sweaty Edits. Cheers, you guys. Got a little dark stuff drinking on. Big Bully. He gives me a wave. How you doing, my friend? Speaking of HEX stuff, what do you think of this tie? Is this like a HEX gradient? Isn't that cool? This is a tie from like the 70s. This is my grandfather's tie. This thing is old, but it is in great, great shape. It is freaking sweet nectar. Anyway, it's thick too, man. Look at that. It's almost as thick as my face. That's like a 5-inch tie. I almost said 6.3-inch tie, but if you get that, you're pretty interested in HEX. I want to share my screen here just for a second, because I remember last year when Bitcoin was hitting, what was the top? 65K. The whole crypto world was saying BTC 100K, BTC 100K. One man was saying, nope, that was not the top. And we're probably going to see, Richard Hart was saying 11K, 11, 12, 13K. That one guy was Richard Hart. And for those of you not familiar, this is your first time looking at HEX content or my stuff. The founder of HEX is obviously a guy named Richard Hart. Really charismatic guy, funny, super likable, big teddy bear. If you look at him for the first time and you watch some of his videos, it may be a little bombastic, it may be a little salty and sandy, but you got to get past that. You can't look at his personality or what he's trying to do just with little snippets and sound bites. And that's what the world we live in. We live in social media where everything's a sound bite and you can paint and edit and put someone in a picture that you want them to be. So take your time. And I really want to encourage people to look into Richard Hart and what he's doing. Look at the longevity of what he's doing. 2017, he's making self-help YouTube videos. That's where I first saw him. And then I got into HEX maybe 6 months before it even launched. It was Bitcoin HEX. And I was shooting him on Telegram, just the stupidest, just remedial, dumb, elementary questions. I look back on some of those and just laugh because HEX was so complicated to me when it first launched that I bombarded him with questions. And he was nice enough to get back with me. And now he's got 230,000 subscribers, Twitter followers. So I'm glad that he's growing as he is. But the last couple of days, we saw Bitcoin in the 17,000 range with a slight recovery that could, honestly, this recovery that we're seeing now and Bitcoin's back up to 20K, this could be just like a little fake. And it could be heading back down again. And public sentiment is horrible right now. It's ridiculous. Weak hands are being shaken out in a huge way. And it looks like Richard Hart was right again. And at the same time, everybody else was wrong. So I wanted to go over a couple of examples of why I think Richard Hart was right. And obviously he was right because this is video like evidence. And Bitcoin's at 65K. People are yelling for 100K. And the one guy in this whole space with enthusiasm and conviction saying, nope, I think this is going to go down. I think we're going to touch 11K, 12K. I want to show you guys. This is about 2 or 3 videos. And each one of these videos is about, 2 minutes long. So bear with me here. This is short, but it shows real evidence of why so many of us in the HEX community look past some of the things that other people see as negatives, because he has saved me from myself personally numerous times. And I know there's thousands of other people out there that he's done the same thing for. So listen to this.
I'm telling you, if you have money in Celsius, pull it. If you have money in BlockFi, pull it. Or when you never get your money back, don't be surprised. Oh, they got a court order. You just don't get your money. Oh, they lost the keys. You don't get your money. This, how many times do you need to see this happen? So he's a smart guy. He's built successful businesses before. But I'm in crypto to empower you, not a company. Don't give other people your keys or they can steal all your money. It's not even your money anymore. It's their money, not your keys, not your coins.
Isn't that great? I turn myself up so you could hear him, but I hear stuff like that and it makes me thankful. It makes me thankful to be in HEX and to be surrounded by good people and to have a founder that really cares. He's not creating something. He didn't create a project and then a product that was finished and then walked away. They got stuck around. It's just so refreshing in crypto and any business, honestly, to have an asset or a product that is out there and working from day one, that has never, ever been down 100% uptime in 2.5 years. And he's there fighting for us all the time. Imagine being a multi-billionaire and you still are here in the trenches fighting 40, 60, probably 80, 100 hours a week. Who knows how much this guy works, but you're a billionaire and you're still doing that for us. He can buy anything he wants to many lifetimes over. And he's out here doing things for us. I think it's awesome. All right. What else? Let me share 2 more with you. Boop. All right. Add a stream. And those of you who are here for the HEX giveaway, hopefully all of you here, somebody's going to win over 1,000 HEX. And let me take a second to just explain how I got that number. Yesterday, I wanted to say just an impromptu, I want to make a YouTube video tomorrow, which is tonight. And however many views we get, live viewers here, it doesn't matter what time it was. What is the peak number of viewers? I want to give away that much HEX. But, it's a small channel. We may get 10, 20, 50 views. Who knows at one time? That could be the peak. So I'm thinking 50 HEX is not a lot to give away. So I wanted to sweeten the pot. And I went over to Nomics and I was checking the HEX price. It was about, 3.6 cent. So I said, if HEX can reach 4 cents sometime today before I go live tonight, 8 p.m., then I'm going to give away 1,000 HEX. So 1,000 HEX is a pretty good bag of HEX, especially when you think it's going to get its duplicate on Pulse Chain when that launches. So it's nothing to bat your head at, man. HEX is my favorite cryptocurrency. 1,000 HEX, nothing to sneeze at. And somebody in the chat right now tonight, you got to be in here live. You're going to get 1,000 HEX, probably more. All right, let me share this here with you. This is another little 2-minute video of Richard Hart. And he was talking about, man, these ridiculous rug pulls. I mean, if you're in your crypto the last few weeks, months, you know that Luna, I saw people shilling Luna hard. Big YouTube people that a lot of people trust, and they were shilling it. And Richard Hart kept me safe from Luna. Celsius. People can't take their money out of Celsius. And they literally, what was it, locking people from withdrawing their crypto in Celsius. Richard Hart kept me safe from that. How about they were actually voting to temporarily control the largest whale account? What was that of? Oh, I can't remember. If you guys know it in the chat, what was the crypto recently that was it Solana? They were voting to take away the biggest whale's account, to not let him sell. Because basically, I think that was just to mitigate like liquidation risks. But that's like legit crazy when a crypto has got to have all these back doors. They can freeze your account and they get to vote on whether your account can sell. It's just ridiculous. It was Solana, big bully. Thank you, man. Bearded Saint said it too. So think about that. Imagine you're in HEX and you love HEX and you think it's great. And you find out that Richard or some team or board members are able to stop your account. You took the chance. You did all the heavy lifting early. You put your crypto, whatever it was, your funds, and you bought a bunch of HEX. And you became a whale, and it's 0.000 cent, fraction of a penny, and you made the right decision. And like I said, you did the legwork. It's like owning the business. You take all the risk to start that business. You put all the funds in, the capital, the time, the energy. You get paid last. That's what crypto is. If you believe in crypto and you put a bunch of funds in it and you lose out, that's on you. But if you do put it in, do the research, and you get into these projects like HEX and Pulse Chain, and if you were early into Bitcoin or whatever you were, you should reap the rewards of taking those risks. And if it goes up, now imagine HEX is at $1 and you were one of the ones that got in for millions of HEX for just a couple $100. That happened. You could get 1 million HEX at one time, just a couple years ago, for $100. At the time, Ethereum was around $80 to $100. But imagine having hundreds of millions of HEX, and Richard Hart had a way to just vote on you and say, I'm going to not allow you to withdraw your HEX or to sell your HEX. That is just unconscionable. And he talks about this a lot, how these are the very things that crypto was not meant to be. Crypto was invented to stop those kind of things in the banking system, shutting down a bank, not allowing you to withdraw from an ATM, having a certain amount you can withdraw, you can't do run on a bank. Crypto was invented to get rid of that stuff, to get rid of middleman. And to see Solana, something so popular like Celsius, Solana, Luna, go through these troubles, it makes me sad, because people put a lot of money in these things. They put a lot of effort and time and research, and a lot of their funds, real money, went into these projects. And to stop working, to go away, to rug pull like Luna, to stop you from withdrawing, it's just ridiculous. Mobius, how you doing, man? David Somerville, Juan. Okay, Juan. All right, what is this? 2 minutes. Here we go.
Went up, 23x in so many days. Green line up, parabola, fell out of the parabola, red line. Do I run a paid group, or I just make amazing price calls for free?
Can y'all hear that?
Amazing price calls for free. I called the Bitcoin top on the day. Did I charge you for it? Did I charge you anything for the education? No. Why? Because I've been a retired multimillionaire since 2003. I brag about it all the time. I called the top. And I told you last cycle, Ethereum topped 27 days after Bitcoin did. This cycle, Ethereum topped exactly 27 days after Bitcoin did. Exact same thing. Yep, there you go. Bitcoin's great run.
This one?
Here's where we fall out of the parabola. Yep. Just click the chart.
Hey, look, we're going up. Oh, look, we're not going up no more. Doom time. And check the timestamp, and that timestamp equals the picture in the chart. That's where I called the top. Anytime we get one of these big run-ups, which, by the way, is usually followed by a crash, which I think we are due for the rest of the crash. We're already down half. I think we'll go down another 75% to an 85% total drop. Everybody else thinks that.
80% total drop or what?
I think Bitcoin will tap $10,000 from its high of 65,000 because that's what it normally does. It drops 85%. Ethereum usually drops 95% because it has lower liquidity, so it acts like a leverage position on Bitcoin to some degree.
Well,
So
this
Bitcoin runs up, ETH runs up higher.
The people in the Bitcoin ecosystem tell me, look, Bitcoin isn't likely to do what it has been doing in the past couple of cycles, which is drop 80%, precisely because new institutional money have already been placed in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Institutional investors now with more money are likely to make the coin less volatile, so to speak.
It's not
How would you
true.
respond to that?
They're wrong and I'm right.
It's one of my favorites. That really is one of my favorite ones. Let me get the sound back down. God, it's awesome. So no expectations. It's great too. Isn't that great? I mean, the confidence in the guy, such an alpha personality. I love it. And you can use that to harness good or bad. If you've got that bombastic personality and you're doing that for shady stuff or bad stuff, and you're out here to hurt people, then that's a big detriment. And it really is toxic. But if you've got that kind of personality, you got those kind of vibes, and what you say is actually true, and you have a proven track record of literally trying to help people for free. He makes these calls for free, no paid groups, no signs, nothing like that. He doesn't have ads on his YouTube videos. And a lot of people say that it's because he's a wealthy guy. Well, how do you think he got wealthy? He makes good decisions. He creates good things. HEX has been up, like I mentioned, 2.5 years with 100% uptime. That gives confidence to me and to Hexicans. And it's why we believe in this and why we believe in him and why I'm so excited about Pulse Chain. All right, I've been going 27 minutes and I wanted to keep this at 30 minutes or under. So I'm going to zip through this last one. Let me remove this. And I'm going to share my screen and have one more video. Get rid of this one. Thanks, by the way, Sandy, for letting me know about the audio. Whenever I have my audio on and jump around, it's different on different channels. All right. This was just recent. I love this little clip. It's about 2 minutes. Share this.
Also, one of the big controversial points, which is what amazes me, is that people say HEX has no fundamental value, but Bitcoin does.
It has no fundamental value except you can sell it for money or stuff that you do think has fundamental value. It's very stupid.
That is something that ceases to amaze me, and I kind of like, are you encouraged to continue to bring on haters as well on your platform?
A large portion of these haters. So the haters serve two functions. One, I couldn't buy advertising from them. But when I get them to speak ill of me out of their mouth, I get free advertising.
Yeah.
Two, some portion of them will join the team at some point. And we've seen this. We have seen haters switch and just become Hexicans because they figured out eventually. They're like, oh, I was wrong. It happens sometimes. And so we, it's, I can't lose on the deal. I can't. So like, how's a hater going to hurt me? The hate only hurts him. It's poison to him. It hurts his day. A lot of these guys that have done bad things and promoted scams and made money on promoting Celsius, made money on promoting Luna, made money promoting scams. These guys, I can't hurt them by slapping them through the computer, but I can show them how well I'm doing. And it feels the same to them. So that's awesome. Like the fact that I could virtually slap scumbags through the internet by just living a great life. That's great. Now let's get the word out there. I mean, I don't think I would have had an article in Bloomberg and the Times unless I was fun to write about. And the reason I'm fun to write about is because I'm outrageous. Because no one gave a shit that I raised $27 million for charity. No one fucking cared. They cared that I bought the world's most expensive diamond. The largest diamond. Sorry, not the most expensive. The largest. So in this world, it's not a meritocracy. You don't get credit for what you should. And so you just got to play the game. You guys want me to dress like a fucking clown and flex and eat overpriced stuff? Fine, we'll do that. But for a greater goal, right? It's actually work. People don't realize, like, taking a picture of your outfit every day, that's work, man.
Isn't it awesome? And I like that he's so candid about stuff like that. And he admits that this stuff looks pretty silly. The things that he wears and the things that he does, it's pretty outrageous, but it gets views. And the outrage marketing, if it grabs views and people come in to check it out, regardless of what he's doing, if that introduces them to HEX and Pulse Chain and this community, then it's a win. So what I tell people, I said, for those of you that think Richard Hart is over the top with his clothes or his cars or the PP talk, sometimes I tend to agree with you. You know, I think it is outrageous, but it's over the top. But just yesterday on a YouTube video, he said, where is this? Let me get the quote. Just yesterday, he said, if we can get people engaged with outrage marketing, he can then have their attention to show them medical research, removing counterparty risk, getting free coins, and also the value of HEX. Sometimes you dress like a clown to get eyeballs. Just kind of, that's a direct quote from, I think, that exact video I just showed you guys. So yeah, as I get ready to roll up out of here, I want to encourage people to create content, or at least think about it. I want you to do it. With HEX, it's really important to keep making content, because HEX is something that I feel is really set apart from other cryptocurrencies. I love it. And obviously you can say I'm biased because I got into HEX early, but you know, I'm not. You know, I've got my HEX, I got my bags, and I'm okay where I am. I want other people to learn about HEX and to learn about the products Richard Hart is doing and Pulse Chain before it launches, because I've got staking ladders that I'm going to sell a little bit of and then restake and hopefully do this for generations. But I want people to learn about this right now. I mean, you can get a T-share. Learn about T-shares right now. You can get a T-share for like $700. And at one time it was, I don't know, $4,000 or $5,000 to get a T-share. It's crazy. It's outrageous. So if you got some dry powder, please consider HEX. One last thing I wanted to show. There's something I've been working on. I'm getting ready to give away HEX. I promise. I'm gonna give away 1,000 HEX to somebody in this stream in the next 2 minutes, and I'm gonna get up out of here. So I want to share my screen, and in order to get this HEX, I just ask a couple things of you. Please, obviously, like and subscribe to this video and my YouTube channel, and go over to Twitter. It's Real Matty Crypto if you haven't followed me on Twitter. But I also wanted you guys to go over to Twitter. I'm working on an NFT project called Letheus. I'm going to share this real quick. So this is basically it's the history of crypto, and it's shown through the lens of kind of like this medieval Game of Thrones vibe, where we're actually creating real NFT, like handwritten drawings of Richard Hart, Satoshi Nakamoto, other things in crypto. We're telling the entire story of the origins of crypto all the way up to HEX and Richard Hart and some of the things that I really, really enjoy. This is a picture of the HEX King. It's an unboxing video that we did. We sent this to someone. It's the first time you've seen this. This is Richard Hart as the HEX King. This is going to be a limited edition launching on Pulse Chain. It's going to be 369 of these. This is the Silent Knight. He's the artist. Like I said, he writes these by hand. He drew this. It was beautiful. I got to see a time lapse of him drawing this. He signs this out, and we sent it to a guy in Australia. Don't ask about Princess Leia. It just gives me special feelings. So this is it says, "We are the shining city on a hill. The bodies of our enemies float past us." Richard Hart, the HEX King. We're thinking about making this an actual NFT. This is beautiful, man. This is Richard Hart. He's got his candelabra with the knives on it and the bodies just floating by him. So in this NFT world where it's just a bunch of pixelated art, it's just refreshing to see the Silent Knight actually create real drawings and real NFTs. And soon we got something special to show you. I don't want to say much about it, but he's going to release it to me and with 3 of us as partners in Letheus. He's going to release it to us in the next couple of days. We get to see it. But please go over to Letheus, at Letheus, I think. Yeah, at Letheus on Twitter, and just follow us. Remove that. All right, let's give away some HEX. Somebody in the chat right now is going to get 1,000 hex. And let's make it 1,100 hex. Hopefully this is going to be worth $1,100. Duan Trades, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Getting into the last second, just walking up in. Thanks, Sandy, for following Letheus. I appreciate it. And Mobius. What's 9K Mobius? Okay. I'm just looking. I'm going to pick someone random. And again, I'm going to send this person 1,000 hex tonight. And I like people to retweet that I actually sent them the hex, because I hate for people to think that I'm, or me, or any other content creator would say I'm going to give away something and not actually do it. So I'm going to encourage this person I give 1,000 hex to go on their Twitter account and say, yeah, Matty Crypto kept his word and he gave away the 1,000 hex, just to kind of build up some credibility. All right. It's going to be 1,000 hex goes to Trevor Elliott. Trevor's been around a long, long time. Congratulations, my friend. I'm sending you 1,000 hex tonight. I appreciate you guys being here. This was fun for me. I love giving away hex. I love talking about hex. I like talking about Richard Hart and pointing out videos like that substantiate why I think hex is valuable, why this community is valuable. If you guys like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment. It helps our algorithm. Go over to YouTube and Twitter and follow me. Give a bunch of comments. I really appreciate this. Spread the word. As I said earlier, hex is trending. I think it was like 2 or 3 times today. I looked to the right of my Twitter feed and saw hex. That's exciting. I love it. It means people are getting the eyeballs on it. And I reach out to some bigger people, 2 big people that had over 20,000 subscribers. I reached out to them. They got back with me wanting to learn about hex. So that was cool too. So I know if I'm getting that kind of feedback, I know other YouTubers are doing that as well. So have a great night, folks. I will catch y'all on the B side.